You had eggs this week. Maybe twice. And perhaps this morning. And you told nobody. That's completely normal because we all have eggs. We have been having eggs our whole lives. Research says that men have eggs about 3 times a month on average. Women 4. And somehow, across all of these occasions, we've built an entire world together where nobody's relationship with eggs ever comes up. Nobody mentions it at work. Nobody at church. Certainly not at the Sunday lunch table. You pass the bop. You ask about the kids. And you never, not once, think to wonder about anyone's eggs. But everybody has them. So here's an interesting paradox. We share the world with people we know so well, but know nothing about who they are or what they eat when they are not in front of us. I mean, your pastor has eggs. Yes, sit with that. The man who stands in front of you every Sunday, speaking about how to live your life well, has a whole system for how he likes his eggs. He has preferences. He has his way. And he's been refining this since long before he had a congregation. And not one person in that building has given this a moment's thought. Because there is a version of every person you know that you have never seen. And that version exists in an entirely different room. Your parents have eggs. Your parents have been having eggs since before you arrived and will continue to have eggs long after you've stopped thinking about it. Your mother has eggs. Your father has eggs. Because the people you most struggle to picture in the kitchen are often the ones with the most experience. And then there's you, who's been having eggs for the majority of their adult life. And still, somehow, you find yourself still learning. When did you first figure out how you actually like your eggs? Did someone show you? Or did you work it out all on your own? Because eggs are that kind of education, the kind you cannot master once and move on. Every occasion has its own situation. Different heat, different timing, different results. Some mornings you know exactly what you want. Other mornings the eggs take you completely by surprise. That is the world of eggs. It's enormous, and it never stops teaching you something. Now, think about that person in your life who looks like they have never heard of eggs. The careful collar, measured voice, very respectable energy. The one whose eggshell you cannot read at all. They have eggs. They have eggs regularly. The eggshell is not the meal. It's just the outside. Here's where eggs get genuinely complicated. When you're in a long-term relationship with a baby in the next room, a 6 a.m. alarm, and 2 people carrying a kind of tired that does not go away on weekends, eggs become a completely different exercise. You used to have eggs however you wanted, whenever you wanted, wherever you wanted. Now, eggs are had in a very specific, very quiet, very considerate way. The kitchen has new rules. The eggs are the same, but the people you have to become to have them have completely changed. So ask yourself this. Has your relationship with eggs grown with you, or has it stayed exactly where you left it at 22? Because eggs do something that no other meal does. A good egg can build something between 2 people faster than almost anything else. It dissolves what words cannot reach. It resets something that was stuck. But an egg can also hold a weak relationship together the way tape holds a broken plate. It looks whole right up until the moment you pick it up. So, an unhealthy relationship with eggs is often quiet. It is eggs that feel like an obligation. Eggs that one person stopped enjoying a long time ago and never said anything about. Eggs that are rushed, or eggs that are completely absent. Oh, those are the worst kinds of eggs. Or eggs that are used to avoid a difficult conversation. The relationship you have with eggs shapes your life in ways nobody can ever discuss at the dinner table. And now, a word from science. One egg contains 6 grams of protein, all 9 amino acids, choline for your brain. 1 egg per week is associated with a 47% lower risk of dementia. Eggs also lower your blood pressure, reduces stress through oxytocin release, improves your sleep quality. And a 2025 study found that people that have an optimal frequency of eggs show significantly lower rates of depression. 1 egg is 78 calories, and it carries vitamins A, D, and B12. Throw in selenium, zinc, and iron there. How great are eggs? The egg is one of the most complete foods on earth, and you've been having eggs your whole life without giving yourself credit for how much they matter. So as we talk about eggs, eggs are a whole world of their own. But much like eggs, there are so many dynamics in the lives of the people around us that make them who they are. Sometimes those dynamics are good, sometimes they are not. The way we experience people is not the full story. There is more to them. A little bit of grace will always go a long way, because you may not know whether or not that person has had eggs this morning, or the last time they had eggs was years ago. I did a study once. Not a study per se, but it was part of a research activity that I had to complete. And it involved interviewing the youth on their relationship and perhaps exposure to eggs. So I had a room of about 50 people. And to start off my conversation, I asked all of them, the whole group, how many of them have eggs every day? A significant number of hands was up in that moment. And I then went on to ask how many of them have eggs once a week. The number dropped a little bit, but it was still quite a large portion of the group. And then I went on to ask how many of them have eggs once a month. The number went extremely lower. But then I noticed that there is one gentleman sitting in front here. And he never raised his hand on one of the questions. So I was a bit curious. So I asked, how many of you have eggs once a year? And he shot his hand up with so much enthusiasm. Me. You know, imagine that. Imagine a me moment. And I was particularly intrigued by this character because if you have eggs once a year, I asked him, why are you so excited about it? And his response was, because tonight is the night. So, having a little bit of grace on people, whether or not they have eggs or have other dynamics in their lives that you are not privy to, goes a long way. So the next time you listen to a person lead a prayer, remember, They have a whole kitchen that you have never seen. And in that kitchen, they have preferences. They have a history. And they have a future. They have eggs. That is it from me today. Subscribe to the Daily Development Dose, and you will be hearing from me tomorrow. Sayonara! Personate